Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, and welcome to our financial fitness empowerment. Hello, and welcome to our financial fitness empowerment. Today, we are in the 10th day of the fast and pray. Hello, Javon, Valerie. She's so dollish. Hello, hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're tuning in to 7 reasons why your credit score dropped. I'm going to be covering 7 reasons why your credit score has dropped, can drop, so that you have be empowered with the information that you need to get where you need to be and to get the things that you want in life. So listen, credit is important. Don't you dare listen to someone who says that credit is not important. Credit is important to you. So listen, listen, listen. My job is to help you get to where you need to be to raise your credit score, to buy the things you want, get approved for the things you want, and live the life that you love. Hello, Tasha. I see you, Rhonda. So listen, listen, listen. This is only going to be a 30-minute quick class. Okay. I'm on my lunch break. But listen, listen, listen. There are 7 reasons why. There can be more, but we're only going to cover 7 reasons. 7 reasons. So if you can hear me well, and if you are, listen, 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 hear me well, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure that all the sound is working correctly today. I had a little technical difficulty earlier today, but listen, listen, listen. I hope that you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear me. So these are the reasons why your credit score may have dropped. If you're in the habit of monitoring your credit score often, or if you signed up for credit alerts, listen, definitely that you've seen how your credit score can change, not only from day to day, but even during the day, it can change. And so the monitoring service will give you a limit. Thank you for putting those ones in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so while you're excited that when your credit score goes up, but listen, when you get an alarm that your credit score went down, listen, that changes everything. You begin to look and see what's going on. How did that happen? And all of that good stuff, right? And so the credit score calculation is very complex. And so I cover that in many of my classes. So if you haven't signed up for the 90-day credit transformation, listen, it is worth every penny and more for you to sign up. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. But listen, in that, I give you the complex uh, formula of how credit scores are calculated. Okay, but at any rate, we're not going to cover that today. The first thing that I want to cover is, first of all, if your payment is more than 30 days late. If your payment is more than 30 days late, it's important that you pay attention to when your billing cycle is, and when it ends during the month. It's important that you make the payment that you need to pay before your billing cycle ends. Listen, not if you can't pay it by the due date, you need to know when that billing cycle ends, because that's when your 30 days are going to be up, and boom, you are going to have a 30-day late on your credit report. 30-day lates are not good. Lately, they take a ton of points. Somebody say a ton. They take a ton of points from you. And so listen, a late on your credit report can cause you 100-point drop, up to 100-point drop. I had someone to call me just on yesterday because listen, something happened on their credit and it took 89 points away from them. 89 points. They came out of the 700s and now they're back into the mid to low sixes again. So listen, and it takes time sometimes to raise that credit score. So listen, listen, listen. You don't want to allow any of your accounts that are listed on your credit report to go more than 30 days past due, right? So that goes for any credit cards, that goes for any installment loans, mortgages, car payments, whatever is being reported on your credit report. You don't want it to go past that 30-day mark, right? So get in the habit of paying it by the due date. Listen, many of the creditors now, they are very proactive about whether you're paying that payment by the due date. Listen, they're telling you that they give you a grace period, but if you don't make that payment by that due date, they're making a flag to your account that you didn't pay by the due date. Yes, you do have up to 30 days to pay it, but listen, listen, listen. Within their system, it goes against you if you're not making that payment by the due date. So always make your payments by the due date or before the due date. Okay. And so listen, listen, listen. That's the first one. The second one is if you made an expensive purchase. if you make an expensive purchase, if you open a new account of any kind, you may lose points on your credit score first before it begins to build. So for those of you who may be trying to build your credit, listen, if you open any new accounts and if you go on a wild spree of opening accounts, listen, your credit score will take a dive first and then begin to build after you begin to show how you're going to pay those accounts. Okay, so listen, if you make an expensive purchase on a credit card and your balance goes up, if you make an expensive purchase by opening a new account, listen, that new account limit is going to be listed and so will your balance. Anytime you are close to your limit on any type of account, whether it's a revolving account, meaning a credit card, or whether it's a loan or any type of installment agreement, listen, it will lower your score. Why? Because your ability to have open credit is now, that gap is closed. And so listen, anytime you are increasing balances on your credit cards, I promise you it will affect you, especially if you make an expensive purchase. So the key is pay down those credit cards, pay down those balances, because that will, listen, it will cause your score to waver and it will cause your score to go down. So listen, if you guys have questions, I'm going to stop for a minute between those two and take a question or two. Does anyone have a question? Go ahead, put it in the chat. Go ahead and put it in the chat. This is your midday empowerment for credit. Listen, and if you're interested in a 90-day credit transformation, go ahead, click the link in my bio, join the group. Listen, my last group blew it out of the water. Hello, somebody. Listen, and one of them is still texting me because her score keeps going up every other day. So listen, you need to get in the class. Click the link in the bio. So listen, I don't see any questions yet, so we're going to move on. So the first one was your payment has to be made on time, no 30-day late, right? The second one is you make an expensive purchase on a card or even open a new account, listen, with a very high balance on it, meaning that you owe. Listen, that can make your credit score take a dive. Okay. And so the third one is your unpaid account was sent to collection. The unpaid account sent to collection. Oh my goodness. Listen. We all go through credit, money problems, okay? At one point in life or not. So listen, don't be embarrassed by it. So what? Get over it. And just get it settled, right? Make a plan. Somebody put it in the chat. Make a plan. Encourage each other in this group, okay? We're in this group of encouragement. So listen, all you got to do is make a plan of how you're going to turn that thing around. Right? So your unpaid account was sent to collection. It will take a dive to your score. You got to learn how to protect your credit score. When they start sending you a letter, even if you didn't know about the account, whatever it is, when they start sending you letters that something is going to collection, take it seriously. Listen, answer the letter, respond to the letter. You're either disputing that it's not yours, you're disputing the amount, you're disputing either your name is spelled wrong or your address is wrong, or you're doing something. You're responding to that notice. You got to respond to that notice and listen, if it's yours, go ahead and send a $10 payment to them, because they cannot put it on your credit report as long as you are making some type of payment toward it. So they cannot put that collection onto your credit report. So this is a proactive move. If you're getting a letter saying, hey, warning you, this collection is going to be reported. Before it's reported, catch it. Somebody put it in there. Catch it. So question, I pay my bills with my credit card. Should I make sure it's down to 0 before the billing cycle ends? Yes. Or you make sure that it's down to $20 or $30, because that will shoot your credit back up. Okay, you should leave some type of balance on your credit cards in order for your credit scores to go up. So even sometimes paying it to 0 will not calculate, listen, the maximum points that you need to keep your score well. Okay. unless that account is a very long account that you had open. So it's different too with the age of accounts. That's a whole nother story. Okay. I'll have to deal with that another day. But listen. So Javon, I hope I answered your question with that. If not, go ahead, put something else in the chat. So listen, your unpaid account was sent to collection, and then your last collection dropped off your credit report. So your unpaid account, are we clear on how to handle the unpaid accounts? Huh? You gotten a letter in the mail. They're threatening to put you in the collection bureau. Listen, send the $10. Send them $10 a month until you can decide, hey, I can gather my monies together to either settle this for less or whatever. But it will stop them from putting you on in the credit bureau. Okay. Now that was a gem for y'all, huh? Hello, somebody. All right. So your last, I'm looking for questions. Okay. Yes, make a plan. Does it raise your credit score to make two payments in 1 month? Sometimes. It's not, listen, it's not always that will happen. Some companies will report more than once in a month. And in that case, yes, it's possible. If that company does not report more than once a month, or more than once in that billing cycle, you may not get those extra points. So it's not foolproof, but it's worth a try. So yes, it is worth a try to do that, is to make two payments in the same billing cycle, but it will not work the same for all creditors. Okay. So I hope that was some valuable information. Thank you, Stacy, for that question. Okay. So your last collection dropped off your credit report. That's another reason. That's another reason why your score might drop. Your last collection dropped off your credit report. Did you know that every time there's some type of move on your credit, it can affect your score? It can affect your score. We know that closing accounts affect your score. Opening accounts could affect your score. Collections falling off. Can you believe that? Some people are like, wait, I paid somebody to get this collection off my account, and guess what? My score dropped. Yes, it can happen. Okay. It can happen because what's happening is it's calculating the scores, and the scores, you'll learn that in my class. The scores are calculated a certain way so that, listen, anytime you do anything, there is a way, listen, that the score can be affected. Okay. And so credit scoring models place people in different buckets. How long your credit's been open? Is it good credit? Are there good lines of credit? How you have paid them? Have they never been late? All that is figured in. So everybody's credit profile is like a thumbprint. Think about it, like a thumbprint. Your thumbprint, not another person in the entire world, out of billions of people, nobody else has your thumbprint. Why? Because it's unique. It's unique to you. And so is your credit. Your credit is unique to you. What did you do? Stop listening to what this person said, what that person said, and what happened for them. Yes, because their credit was different from yours. Right? You have to learn what is happening for your credit and what needs to happen. Listen, I do credit audits all the time for my clients. And listen, we come up with a blueprint just for you. So listen, that's what you got to find out. What's the blueprint for me? Huh? Yes. So when the last collection dropped off your credit report, sometimes it will recalculate those scores and you can lose points. And guess what? Sometimes when people are cleaning their credit up, the credit gets worse before it gets better. Don't get alarmed, because sometimes it will, but that doesn't mean that it won't work. It takes time, right? It takes time. So listen. I'm going to stop a moment and take some questions again. So what happens if it's on your credit and you can't find the original creditor? Dispute it. Dispute it. If you can't find the original creditor, then that means they can't turn in paperwork against you. Dispute it and wait those 30 days and get it off. You learn how to dispute. Listen, go to my page, freedisputer.com, free disputer. And listen. I have a whole system. And what I will do is, I got to change my link tree. Actually, no, on my IG page, you can click the link, and my free disputer, I have a free disputer service. It is free. Listen, take advantage of it. take advantage of it where you can learn how to dispute your items and dispute them for free. So go over there, get yourself on the list, and listen, you can dispute it. And if they don't respond in those 30 days, then the credit bureau has to take it off. So that's the answer to that question, my Facebook user. The other question is, how do you get a bankruptcy off your bureau after 11 years? You can write in and request it to be removed. So that is a great question. But yes, you can ask for it to be removed. So listen. The next thing is you made a new application for credit. Listen, when you begin to apply for things for credit, if you're doing way too much shopping, if one credit card didn't help you and then it didn't open it for you, and then you go to another one and another one. Well, I'm gonna try these 5 and see what's happening. Listen, they all can see that you're trying for 5 different credit cards. Okay. Every time we access your credit, we know what's going on with you. We know your name. We know your aliases. We know all of that. So y'all need to know all this information. Listen, you need to sign up for one of my programs. I have at least 3 on my bio, and you need to sign up for them. Listen, you either need to sign up for the freedisputer.com. You need to sign up for the Boss Credit Academy, which teaches you all of this. You will get access, unlimited access to, modules and videos that teach you all about credit and how to do it on your own. So you don't spend a ton of money trusting people you do not know, somebody, to fix your credit. You can do it on your own and do it for good. Listen, I just had a call on yesterday. I hate to hear this, but listen, I just had a call on yesterday where a young lady paid to have her credit, of course, fixed by a particular company. And now guess what? 2 or 3 of those items are back on her credit. Why? Because just because you dispute it and get rid of it doesn't mean that it will not come back later. Somebody, what happens is that company that you disputed it against and prevailed then sells it to another company. And within 6 to 12 months, usually it will come right back on your credit. So listen, I am in the business of showing you how to fix your credit for good. So it doesn't come back to haunt you, so that you're not wasting your money. Okay. So the 90-day credit transformation, the Boss Academy, is only $21 a month. Sign up. If you don't like it, cancel it next month. Sign up for the $21 a month, okay? And then also the freedisputer.com. I'm in the business to help you guys. So listen, if you made a new application for credit and you got inquiries going out there, listen, inquiries make up 10% of your credit score. It can drop your score. If you know that your credit is not ready to be approved by anyone, don't bother. Get in there and start fixing your credit. Do the things that you need. Listen, we show you how to use a snowball method of getting rid of debt. And listen, we show you how to budget. We don't just show you how to dispute. We show you how to budget. We show you how to change your mindset. We show you all of that. Okay. And so that was the other one. You made a new application for credit. The next one is one of your credit limits was lowered. I'm doing that because guess what? A couple years back, that happened to me. I had a situation where I was late with one of my accounts. I just couldn't help it. My finances was not there. And let me tell you what happened. The creditors that you have open are monitoring your credit. Not only the account you have with them, they're monitoring your credit, okay? And what happens is they will see that your score is going down. And when your score goes down, guess what? They begin to lower your credit limits. Has anyone had that happen to them? Go ahead and let us know. Let us know that I'm not the only one, okay? I'm not the only one that happened to. I already know it. Listen. Credit issues come to everyone, whether you have an 800 or a 700 score. Sometimes in life, things happen, okay? Things happen. But listen, one of your credit scores gets lowered. If that limit gets lowered, your score is going down. Your score is going down, okay? Okay, so we have another question. The question is, what if you get a letter in the mail saying there was not enough information to approve account requests, but you did not apply for an account? Oh, that sounds like it could be fraud. I hope that it's not. But listen, Listen, contact those people and find out who applied. And let them know if it's not you, you got to dispute that and dispute that inquiry. There are ways to get inquiries off your credit as well. We're not covering that in this segment, but listen, you need to know how to do these things because it all helps your credit overall profile of your credit. But definitely investigate, Zelda. Investigate that, okay? Because you want to know what's going on. Fraud is a whole nother, fraud is a whole nother situation. I have 3 parts in my course on fraud and how to prevent it. Okay, that's how important fraud is. That's in the $21 a month credit plan. Okay, so the next thing is you close a credit card or one was canceled. Okay, whatever you do, don't close the account yourself. Don't cancel cards because anytime you do that, it's going to drop your score. It's going because why? Because you're taking that out of the equation. You're taking that account out of the equation and it's no longer calculating in your score. So now when you take it away, whatever positive points it was giving you, it's going to drop by those points. So listen, when you get angry with somebody like I did with Ann Taylor credit card, okay, I got angry with them, but what I did was I paid them to 0 and cut that card up. I cut it up because they made me mad. So listen, but I didn't close the account because I understood that when I close the account, I lose the age of the account. I lose what the good rating that I had with the account. So you leave it open and let them close it. At some point, they'll get tired of you just sitting there and not using their card, right? And then they'll close it. All right. And that's better for you. Okay. Don't cancel cards unless it's a negative one. You do want to cancel a negative rating. You want to get rid of that thing. You want to pay it to 0, get rid of it, close it, right? So we don't close good credit, but we do close bad credit because we don't want that on there. So if you have a bad rating on a particular card or whatever, you've opened a new one and you want to build new good credit, then listen, close that bad boy out when the account goes to 0. Don't close it while you still owe $500. That's a whole nother level of not good for your credit score. Okay. So we have 7 more minutes. So, okay, I've got some more questions. Is this helpful? If this is helpful, go ahead, put some hearts in the chat. Put some hearts. Y'all know I love hearts. I love hearts. So listen, put some hearts in the chat. The next question is, what if the company closed the card and you did not? They will do that, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing that it's better for it to be a lender closure than a consumer closure. Okay. So yes, that's what you need. Okay. And so I have a card that keeps increasing my limit, which isn't really helping me. Can we cap the limit ourselves? You can, but girl, boy, whoever this is from, listen, don't you dare stop that limit. Listen, limits help you. If the creditor is increasing your limit, it should be helping your score. It should be helping your credit. It's going to help your overall picture that they trust you to be able to lend to you that much money. So even if you're not using it, and listen, that's a whole nother class about how to use credit cards. We don't ever want to be close to our limit on any card or account. That's a no. That's a no. Okay, that's a no. So pay down those cards. Take the time to pay down your cards. Okay, you close a credit card or one was canceled. Then I'm going to give you a bonus because that was number 7. I'm going to give you a bonus one. A bonus one is this: your bankruptcy fell off your credit card. So when the bankruptcy comes off, you may lose points. But listen, you will eventually gain them back because of the positive credit that you have on there. Now, someone is saying, all I have is collections. Okay, that's okay. At least you know where you are. You know that we've got to begin to work towards getting those collections off of there, whether it's disputing, whether it's getting settlements and paying them out, but you need to rebuild credit. So that's a whole nother animal. Go to myfreedisputer.com because inside that website is an offering for you to build credit with a particular credit card company that helps build your credit score again. Okay, so go to the link in my bio on IG. There's links inside my bio. You can follow them. Listen, sign up, get yourself in something for this year. Because listen, I am on fire to help at least 100 people 100 people by June to get their credit scores up, up. Okay. All right. So we're going to stop. We're going to have some Q&A real quick. Go ahead and we're going to have some Q&A real quick. 7 reasons why your score dropped. Okay. There's other reasons too. But listen, I didn't want to cover too much in this segment because we wouldn't have time for the questions. All right. So any questions? Listen. Don't get discouraged about credit issues. Listen, tackle those bad boys. Okay. It's time to tackle it. Don't look away like it ain't happening. I need you to have the best credit that you can ever have. And listen. If I can come from a 504 credit score, a 504, y'all, don't play. That's why I'm passionate about it, because all you need is to get passionate about changing your credit profile. You got to get passionate about it. And for some of you, you have great credit, but guess what? Make it the best that you can be. Did you know that you could have a 900 credit score? Oh my goodness, 900. But listen. For those of you who've been asking, my business credit class is coming. It's coming. You're going to be looking for the ad for my business credit class. It's going to change your life for business credit. Okay, for your business. Listen, building your business. It's also going to show you how to start a business, how to file the paperwork, what steps you should do, and how to structure your company properly. Listen, LLCs are not for everybody. Don't listen to the hype that's all over the internet. Cover yourself properly. Listen, some people it is good for LLC. Some people it is not. So you may need this business credit class as well. That's coming. And I want to say, follow my pages, Sean M. Rogers Excel, Boss Credit Academy, and Scorecard Pros. That is my new company, Scorecard Pros. Listen, we do it for you on that one. That one does it for you. It's not a DIY. If you don't want to be bothered with the mess, wash your hands and get a consultation. Go to that page, click the link, get a consultation, and listen. My assistant will get with you, and we are going to listen. We're going to do all the dirty work for you. We're going to dispute for you. We're going to contact your creditors for you, and we're going to get it right for you, okay? So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has been a helpful time for you guys. Any other questions? What if a collection agency dropped the amount you owe? What if a collection agency dropped the amount you owe? Do you pay it? I'm not sure if what you mean by drop the amount you owe. Oh, if they drop the amount that you owe, as in, yes. If you want to settle for less, it's called a settlement. Okay, so if the collection agency offers you a lower amount to settle an account, yes, you should take that and pay it, because they will settle your account for less, and it still will count, listen, well for your credit. So yes, absolutely. And another question is, how often will a creditor allow a payoff? They will give you the date. The creditor will give you the date that the payoff is good through. So make sure that you're asking questions. Listen, don't contact a collection creditor until you are ready to do business. Hello. Don't call them unless you're going to have some money real soon to do business with them, or they're going to haunt you, right? So you want to wait until you know that you're going to have business or enough money to either settle that account or deal with them, okay? Now, I will say this about collections. It is better, unless it's a very large balance, it is better for you not to get into payment plans with them, okay? I would save the money and then ask for a settlement and pay it out at one time. Making payment plans on collections does not count good for your credit. We will ignore that, okay? Now, my job is to help you to listen, repair your credit for home ownership and real estate wealth. There are different ways to repair credit. I know you guys hear all these different slogans and different things online. Oh, buy a trade line, X this and X that. I'm gonna give you the scoop for this and the secret to that. And listen, let me tell you something. They're selling you a pipe dream, because more than likely your credit is down the line going to still experience those items that they're telling you that they're going to get rid of. The best way to do it, and I have a book that's called Destroy Your Bad Credit for Good. For good means it will never come back. It will not haunt you. When you buy a house, you're going to get approved, okay? Because many places are telling you, oh, self-report. Oh, do that. And some of that works for, listen, getting credit cards or something else. But listen, when you come to buy a house, we do what's called a full mortgage credit report. And we get everything on you. Huh? Every name you ever use, every date of birth you ever use, every social modified, everything. And so listen, you want to repair your credit, listen, so that you are financially strong. If you want to start a business, if you want to, listen, whatever it is you need to do with your credit as it relates to real estate or home buying, listen, it's a whole different animal. It's a whole different animal. Okay. And so you want to repair your credit so that when you come to me, I'm not telling you, okay, Experian told you to boost your credit this way, but you're going to have to remove it. Huh? Hello? Because when we run it in our systems for approval, they're not looking for that. They want that removed. Listen, they want, if you're being added to credit cards as an authorized user, and you can boost your score for that. But when you come to buy a house, if that person is not your spouse, it has to be removed. Okay. So I'm going into a whole nother training, but we're going to stop right there. Okay. One last question. Who offers the settlement? Who offers the settlement for the collections? You can call and offer them a settlement. So if you owe $2,000, you can call and say, hey, listen, I just got some money in my hand. I only have $500, and I was calling to find out if you'll settle my account for $500. And then they'll say, no, I'm not going to settle your account for $500. I'm going to sell your account for $1,000. And you say, well, listen, I don't have $1,000. And through all this pandemic and all of this, I really wanted to pay you guys. This is all the money I have, and I don't know when I'm going to have this again. And then they're going to say, okay, I'll take the $500. Huh? I just gave you a whole scenario on how to get your settlement done, right? I hope y'all just got it, okay? Some of y'all going to have to watch this live again. But listen, you call and offer the settlement. Don't wait for them. When they call and offer the settlement, it will definitely be for a higher amount, okay? Okay, so listen. For those of you just getting on, y'all going to have to go back and start from the beginning. I gave 7 reasons why your credit score dropped, and I also gave a bonus. A bonus was your bankruptcy fell off your credit report too. So listen. Sign up for my 90-day transformation. Listen, we just finished a class last week. It was powerful. It was wild. One of my clients got approved for a $25,000 credit card afterwards, as well as another client has now, her credit has increased in over 90 points in just 90 days. So you need this class. You need it. So go ahead, click the link in my bio, sign up for the class, invest in yourself, invest in your future, and I'll see y'all on the next live. Bye.